getting ready to make Cajun smoked sausage and grits. It is amazingly delicious. And one of my favorite things when I'm cooking, it is customizable. So if you don't want to use the smoked sausage, you can switch it out. You can use shrimp, you can use fish, you can use a lot of different proteins, or you can skip it all together and just use all the other ingredients. So you can make it your own. These are going to be cheesy grits. Now, you're going to see me cook a very, very, very small amount today, all right? Because I am the only one that likes this. And this is, to me, in my opinion, not something that you can refrigerate and come back to later, because your grits will get hard and you surely can't freeze it, okay? So you need to cook it and pretty much eat it right then and there or shortly thereafter. My husband doesn't like heat and he doesn't like cheesy grits, and neither does my son. So I am cooking enough to fill just this little bitty portion of this bowl. However, on my website, pamspreps.com, I will leave the full recipe for you all, which typically can feed at least 4, all right? So I've prepped everything already. I have some red and green bell peppers. I have some onion. My smoked sausage is already cooked, and I like to kind of slice it thin and on the diagonal as well. I have just a drop of tomato paste here, and then here are some jalapeno peppers that I've cut up. I've de-seeded them and cut them up from my garden, both of the peppers from my garden last year at the Scaredy Cat Gardener. So if you are a gardener, don't forget to join me over there. I will be using my Pam's Prep Fiery Hot Seasoning in this dish as well. If you don't have it, you can use just like red pepper flakes or something like that. But I will be using the Fiery Hot. Okay, so because I have prepped everything, the only thing I need to prep is some garlic. I'm going to mince that real quick, and I'll see you at the stove. Okay, the first thing we need to do is sear off our smoked sausage. So I'm going to use a little bit of ghee to do that with. You can use any cooking oil that you like to use. Don't need much. Go ahead and put my smoked sausage in. We're going to let these just cook until they're nice and brown on both sides, bringing out that flavor. Okay, now we can take this out. Add in your peppers. And onion. You just want to saute this 2 or 3 minutes until your onions start to become translucent and your peppers start to soften. You don't want them to be too soft because we still have to simmer them, and you don't want them to come out mushy. Now I'm going to sprinkle in some of my Pam's Prep Fiery Hot Seasoning, just a little bit, because I'll be adding more in a second. But I like these herbs to kind of blend in and bring out all that good flavor, toasted, so to speak. Ooh, it smells delicious. Now we're going to add in our tomato paste. You just want to stir this to bring out the flavor again. And when it starts to darken just a little bit, then you'll be there for the tomato paste. You stir it in with your peppers and onions. Now I'm going to switch this out because at this point, you kind of want to start scraping up any of the brown bits that's on the bottom. Because that is your flavor. Now we'll add in our garlic for about another minute, 30 seconds or so, just until you can smell that garlic coming out. Ooh, this smells delicious. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay. Now we're going to add in our broth. Now I am using vegetable broth. You can use chicken broth, beef broth, whatever broth you want. You can use water. Okay, but here I have just a little bit of vegetable broth. And I don't need much because, again, I am cooking for one. That tomato paste is going to thicken it up some. We're going to turn this on low, cover it, and let it simmer while we prepare our grits. Okay, now I have some vegetable broth in this pot too, and I'm going to bring it up to a boil. I am also adding some of my Pam's Prep fiery hot seasoning into this broth as well, okay? Or broth into this as well for this is going to be where I'm going to cook, what I'm going to cook my grits in, okay? Okay, now that we're boiling, we're just going to pour our grits in. Like I said, the entire recipe will be on pamspreps.com. Stir that in. Now we are going to reduce our heat and cover it and let this simmer until they're done. Okay, while our grits are finishing up over there cooking, we're going to go in and add our smoked sausage back in here. We want it to heat up and also get infused with those flavors. So stir that in. Then we're going to let this continue to simmer. Make sure they're well coated so those flavors can blend in really well. Ooh, this smells so amazingly delicious. Okay, so our grits are pretty much done, or they are done. Now we're going to go in because we want them to be creamy and cheesy. First thing we're going to do is add some butter in. Stir that butter in a little bit. And it can all kind of stir in together so you don't have to worry about if it doesn't melt completely. I'm adding in just a tad bit of heavy cream and my cheese. Now this cheese is cheddar cheese that I also shredded and then sprinkled with cayenne pepper. Okay, it's got a little bit more heat in there. Go ahead and give all that a stir, stirring it so that that cheese will get nice and melty. Ooh, this looks good and creamy. Look at that. That's what you want your grits to be, guys. Okay? So now it's time to plate. All right, don't they look amazing, nice and cheesy? Oh my goodness. Ooh, and this is actually a lot for me. This is a lot. And it's hard to get something like this perfect for a serving or something, but I didn't want to cook a huge pot either. Okay, now we're going to put in our sausage, peppers, and onion. Don't forget a little of that gravy around there. It's all the difference in the world. Ooh, okay. Take a look, take a look. Oh my goodness, doesn't it look amazing? Ooh, smell of vision, we need it. Taste of vision, we need it. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. I really, really do appreciate each and every single one of you. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 1.5 million subscribers together. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for keep coming back and hanging out with me. And my channel members, thank you so much for being a part of Pam's Private Pantry. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Don't forget to check out my other channels, Pam's POV, where I do other tips, tricks, hacks, and information that are non-cooking and non-gardening related. Pam's Pop-Ups, where I go live. I might be in the kitchen, I might be in the garden, or we might just be sitting somewhere chatting. And at the Scaredy Cat Gardener, where my peppers and things that I cooked with today come from. So if you are a gardener, head on over there for all the amazing tips, tricks, and things that I share in my garden. The full recipe will be on my website, pamspreps.com, along with my seasoning. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do our taste test. Ooh, gotta get a little bit of everything. You know how it is. Oh my goodness. This smells amazing. Just the right amount of heat. You can taste the heat from the jalapenos that came from my garden. You can taste the heat. You can taste the heat from my Pam's Prep fiery hot seasoning. And you can taste the heat from the little cayenne I mixed in with the cheese. Amazing. You can taste the taste of the peppers. The grits are nice and creamy and cheesy. Remember, as with most things that I make, it is customizable. So if you don't want the smoked sausage, you can substitute it out for shrimp. You know, shrimp and grits, Cajun shrimp and grits, okay? You can even use fish. I've had catfish with grits. Delicious, okay? If you don't want the meat, the seafood, you can leave it out and just use the peppers, maybe even add some mushrooms in. Make it your own. Oh my goodness. Thank you all once again for coming and hanging out with me. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 1.5 million. And I will see you next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.